everyone! Today we're learning how to play We Wish You a Merry Christmas on the violin. Like my Jingle Bells tutorial from last week, this is a great, easy beginner piece. It uses all separate bows, only the A string and the E string, and the only difference really between this and Jingle Bells is that we introduce one low 2 on the E string, which I'll show you how to do. In Chapter 1, as a reminder, I'll show you how to play the piece note by note. In Chapter 2, I'll play it all the way through at a nice slow tempo for you to follow along. In Chapter 3, I'll play it up to tempo. In Chapter 4, I'm going to play it with the piano accompaniment. And in Chapter 5, I'll play just the piano accompaniment so that you can be the soloist and I'm basically your built-in backing track. I always strongly recommend using tapes when you're just getting started. And for today, I've added a low 2 tape in a different color so that you can really see the difference. So here it is in red, and we're going to use our regular tapes 1, 2, and 3 on the A string. And on the E string, when we get to our 2, instead of placing it on our regular high 2 tape, we're going to place it down here right next to our 1 on this new low 2 tape. And then when you place your 3, make sure you don't accidentally stick it here. This is still your high 2 tape, even if you're not playing it right now. Your 3 still goes up here on the 3 tape. For this piece, we're going to use all separate bows. And we start with a pickup, so that's going to be our up bow, getting into the main part of the piece, starting with an open A. Now, third finger. Now open E, back to your third finger on the A, 2, 1, open E, 1 on the E string, 3 on the A string, 2, open A, 1 on the E string, low 2 on the E string, open E, now 3 on the A string, 1 on the A string, 1 on the A string, open E, regular 2 on the A string, 3 on the A string. Now there's a part 2 to this, but even if that first part is all you play, it still sounds like a complete piece, which is pretty fun. A couple of quick tips though. If you are playing your open E here, I do recommend holding down your third finger on the A string if you can, because we're coming right back to it. So it'll help you to have a nice clean sound if you can hold down that finger. In order to hold it down effectively, you have to make sure that your third finger isn't accidentally touching that E string. So roll it a little bit and bring your elbow under your violin so that it's only down on the A string and not accidentally touching the E. Alternatively, if you're comfortable using your fourth finger, you can play a 4 on the A string rather than that open E, which also makes it nice and clean. Like that. Okay, let's try the second half of the piece. This is the part that starts "Good Tidings to You." We start again with an up bow, open A. Now we're going to play 3 on the A string. Now 2 on the A string, 2 again, 3, now 2, and our 1, open A. Pivot quietly to the E string, play up bow, open E, now 1. Now we can play 2 quick open E's, and then 2 quick 3s on the A string. Now 3 on the E string. I recommend, if you can, just rolling your third finger over to the tape on the E string. Open A. 2 quick A's. 1 on the A string. Open E. 2 on the A string, and 3 on the A string. And that is the whole piece. Let me know how that went, especially that 3 rolling over to the E string 3. Did that help you have a cleaner sound, or did you have any trouble with it? Feel free to let me know in the comments. By the way, if you didn't know, these tutorials come out as YouTube premieres on Saturday mornings, so if you would like to join me at the time that they're released, I will be live in the comments answering any questions you have right away. You can also send me a YouTube short of you playing this piece. Just tag it and I'll watch it in the comments. And I can create a YouTube short in response to give you some feedback if that's helpful for you. You can also download a copy of the sheet music with all of my fingerings and bowings written in for free through the link in the description below. So let's jump into chapter 2. I'm going to play the whole piece through very slowly at a practice tempo for you to follow along. And then when you're ready, join me in chapter 3 for the piece up to tempo. For the piano accompaniment, I'm going to play the first 2 measures with pickup before the violin comes in.